Hi, this is Derek Tangren from the Adobe Analytics product team. I'm going to walk through a feature that we feel is going to make it easier to get your data into customer journey analytics. It's called Data Mirror for CJA. One of the challenges we've heard from many of our customers is that they have needed a better way to keep data from their data warehouse aligned with data that exists within CJA. Sometimes that can require a lot of manual effort on the data engineering side. And this creates a barrier to companies really being able to incorporate all the data points necessary or trying to determine what the differences are between the systems. Data Mirror for CJA makes it easier to bring data into customer journey analytics from the most common data warehouses, including Snowflake, Google BigQuery, and Databricks. I'd like to show you what this looks like and how to get it set up so you can start using it. We'll first start in the schema portion of Adobe Experience Platform. Here, we have introduced a new schema type called Relational Schemas, which allows us to support the ability to make row-level changes to our data. It supports both record and time series datasets, depending on the specific use case you have. I won't create one here in the interest of time, but we'll take a look at a schema I've already created. We'll call out a few quick items. With relational schemas, two specific fields are required, the primary key and the row version. These two fields help the system determine the latest version of a row, so the system knows if it should be overwritten with a new version from the warehouse. When you create these fields in your schema, you need to mark them to tell the system which fields they represent. For the primary key field, you mark the primary key option in the right rail, and for the version, you'll mark the version descriptor also in the right rail. Once we have our schema ready to go, we can jump in to connect to our warehouse. To do so, we're going to the Sources section inside of AEP. For our video today, we'll be using Google BigQuery, but the process is very similar for Snowflake and Databricks. We'll select BigQuery and go through the configuration. I already have an account set up, but normally you'd add in your credentials to access the tables. Once I authenticate, I'll be shown the various tables available, and when I select a table, I'll see a preview of the data. Looks good. So I'll continue, and this is where I'll reference my schema. I'll enable CDC, or Change Data Capture, create a new data set, and give it a name, and select my schema. On the next screen, I'll do my mapping, which in this case has been taken care of for me. If I have complex fields, I can use a calculated field to help with the mapping. This looks good, and we're almost through this section. The last piece is to select how often the system will check with the warehouse for changes. For practical purposes, if you anticipate a lot of changes, you probably want to put it around 3 or 4 hours so the system has time to process those changes. And we're done with this part of the configuration. This now becomes like any other data set that we can add into a connection with CJA. The difference is that any changes in the source table with your warehouse are reflected automatically inside of CJA. We're excited to see how you will take advantage of this capability. Thanks for watching. Until next time.